defense, as was displayed right there.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Here's Rose. Goes up on the high post. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
And he sinks the second.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
Bulls had a good year against the West last season. 17 up, 13 down against the Western Conference.
Yeah, and how about playing 500 or better against every division in the Western Conference? So impressive to think they did so well given how many games some of their starting players missed.
Green, the pass to Duncan. And the three off target. It's deflected. Bulls trailed by 14. Dunleavy dishes to Rose. Passes to Dunleavy. Three-pointer, Butler. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Stolen by Rose. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. Portis, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Otto Ginobili's checked in for the Spurs. Nice shot by Portis.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
They get it back. Parker. Rejected by Gasol. Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Ginobili with the steal. Got a piece of it. Rejected by Gasol. And the pass to Rose. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Over to the left wing. Here's Noah. Brooks, the pass to McDermott. 6 on the shot clock. Noah dishes to Brooks. And a miss there on the triple.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backcourt. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Spurs.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Moore. Bangs home the trifecta. Moore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that timely.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the basket by Diaw.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And it's Moore penetrating. Out to Brooks. Buries the jump shot.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
The 3 from Mills. No good. And as we end. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Bulls trail by 12. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Martin in at the point.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it. I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. The kick out to Rose. Rebound San Antonio. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, "We're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it." Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And he gets the bucket. And that's 10 points for Rose.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Now here's Rose. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Parker leading the charge.
Mike Bennett. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Bulls.
He's off on the first.
2 shots.
The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad.
The kick outside to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And it's 9 points for Butler.
And for the Spurs on the road, it wasn't the scoring. They were so good at home, but scored 8.5 points less per game on the road. That was the biggest margin in the NBA.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Boy, it's been a long time since the Spurs had a losing record on the road, so there aren't any concerns for them. I mean, they've never had a losing road record since Tim Duncan was drafted. Wow, that's back to 1997.
It's deflected. Gasol with the steal. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Parker. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. And the Spurs lead by 15. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. On its way from Rose for 2. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys, more desire to secure the ball.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute, do what you do, and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for San Antonio.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Leonard. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Portis can't get it to go. Spurs leading by 17. And here's Mills from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Diaw.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
.56 seconds left in the game. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bulls making a change here. Moore's checked in.
Each one more.
Here's West. Good. And the Spurs lead by 18.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Mills dishes to West. Stolen by Brooks. All alone. Again, the miss by Brooks. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Both free throws good from Ginobili. So it's Chicago now. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Holiday, here we go. Brooks outside. Bulls moving the ball around. It's tipped. Anderson passes to Ginobili. Fires from the wing. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says a